Your objective for today. I will be able to complete tables and graphs using linear equations. Write it down where it says objective. Right below that is the definition for linear equations. We're going to be studying linear equations today. A linear equation is an equation whose solutions in ordered pairs that form a line on a graph written as y equals mx plus b. First problem is the I do. This is the problem I'm going to do. I'll show you how it works, how we do it. We've been working on some of these before, so it's not new to you, but I'm going to just show you the steps that we take. So our linear equation is y equals 3x. So on the top row, we have our x's, 2, 5, 7, 8, and 11. We got to find out what our y is. So we're going to substitute this 2 in for x. That's going to give us our y. So whenever we substitute this 2 in for x, such as 3, what operation is that? We can't just put the 2 beside the 3 and say now we have 32. What's the operation? Right, the operation is multiplication. So 3 times 2 is 6. So under this first cell, when x equals 2, y equals 6. This is just me solving it, so you don't have to write these examples down. So when x equals 5, 3 times 5 3 times 5 is 15. And I'm going to go kind of fast, so stay with me. 3 times 5 is 15. So by now you should understand how the process works. All these x's times our 3 give us our y. 7 times 3 is 21. 8 times 3 is 24. And 11 times 3 is 33. This is my example. If you look on your handout, you'll see problem 1. Problem 1 is coming up. You're going to solve it the exact same way I did. Problem 1. This time y equals 4x. So the same way I solved it, this time it's a 4x where I had a 3x before. So all your x values are going to be multiplied times your 4 when you substitute them in, which is going to give us our y. I'm going to get you started on number 1. 3 times 4x. Four times 3 equals 12. Very good. So for days, we should have 12. Take a few seconds and finish the rest of the table. You did it? Doing it right now.
Doing it right now? Why, you working?
You do it. They working on it right now anyway.
I told you stop trying that shit, boy. I'm like, you feet.
You headed it out?
I knew it was. Huh?
You headed it out?
Yeah, I'm gone. But I got technical football.
I only say on Fifth Avenue Father Rocky, man.
Boy, stop. Same process, but it gets a little bit harder. Our new equation is y equals 3x plus 2. We'll work out one example. You're going to do the rest. So when it's 4 games, we got to figure out what the cost is. So y equals 3 times 4 plus 2. Well, 3 times 4 is 12. Good. 12 plus 2 is 14. So to play 4 games, it is $14. Remember, we're talking about money. So we have to have a dollar sign. This is problem number 2. Fill the rest of the table out. Problem number 3, same thing. You don't have the x values listed on your table. Write down your x values and solve the problem to figure out if we work these amount of hours, how much of money do we have? Twelve times 7. $84 minus 4. And we're talking about money again, so we should have dollar signs. This time, we're going to solve the equations, and we're going to graph it. So y equals 2x plus 20. One times 2 plus 20 is 22. Now we have our table done. We got to remember how we should graph. We have an x variable and our y variable. Our x value is cost. Our y variable is days. Which one is our x-axis? Horizontal or vertical? Our horizontal axis is our x-axis. So we're going to write cost. Then that must mean our vertical axis is our y variable. Now we're ready to graph. We're going to graph these points. So on our x variable, we have 1, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And we don't have lines, so we can kind of skip some, give us some space so we can see a true graph. On our days, we have 22, 28, 32, 36, and 40. So when it's one call, it's 22 days. Four calls, it's 28 days. Six and 32. So match it up as best as you can. 8 and 36. And 10 and 40. This is how your graph should look on your paper. You're going to do 5 and 6 on your own. We'll move on to question 7. What's different about this equation? Right, it has a fraction. So y is equal to 1/2 x plus 4. So you're going to solve it the exact same way, except it's an extra step into it. I'm going to demonstrate with the first one when x is 4. So when x is 4, we're going to multiply to figure out what y is. But we have an issue. 4 is not a fraction. How can we make it a fraction? By putting a line under it. So now we have 1/2 times 4 over 1. And when you're multiplying, multiply straight across. 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. 4 over 2. 4 over 2 is saying the same thing as 2, because it means 4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 2 plus 4 equals 6. And 6 is our answer. So when x is 4, y is 6. You're going to do the same process for 8 and 12 to determine what y is when x is 8 and when x is 12.